Welcome to this deeper look at the Ignite API product managed platform. Previously, we'd built the Lifestyle API product to support a new health and wellness option on a life insurance policy using a combination of existing API building blocks, the public Fitbit API, and creating a new reusable API to allow public rebate when the customer meets the specified activity targets. Now, this simplicity and speed is only possible because we focus on the entire API lifecycle: plan, design, build, and run. And then we recognize it's not just a linear process, rather it's a free-flowing BiModal collaboration between business and IT. So let's start looking a little deeper. Now, Ignite's designed to present a simple interface to allow technical and non-technical staff to easily use it. However, beneath this veneer, there's a wealth of detailed information beyond describing a simple API interface. So let's drill down into the Party API. Here we can begin to see that the Party API uses a data store and an auditing service. We can also go into the payload and begin to see that this is all based upon a common information model, along with fields specific to this particular API. The specification also contains information on the data mappings, the use cases, examples, and a log of issues and design decisions for the non-functional requirements and service level agreements that need to be met by the running API. Now, there's a lot of detail and tabs around here, so most of our customers prefer to use a completion guide, as it's easier to see at a glance how complete the API design is. Immediately, as you can probably see here, that there's a problem with the discoverability, that is relating to the business terms, which must have been missed out when we were building the API. So we click on here, and you see that not only has it identified where exactly this problem exists, but it also points me to an accelerator that allows me very simply to actually add the business term. As such, let me click customer and next, and then finish. And now we jump back to the guide and we can see that it's all complete. And we can see that that classification has been added. Now, this approach ensures that the documentation, business classifications, it's a central part of the API lifecycle. It's not an afterthought, which is all too often the case, where people concentrate just on the interfaces and forget the wider important metadata. But it's not just business classifications. Other roles actually have targeted views as well. So if you're a security or compliance specialist, you can easily see the API security requirements and whether they're met your company's standards or not. If, on the other hand, you're development or DevOps, then you can actually look and see how the API is performing against the SLAs that are defined in the specification. And even beyond this, there are custom views available which have greater flexibility using Developer Plus templates, which were mentioned earlier. Here, the examples include spreadsheets, Word documents, or web pages, all generated dynamically with permanent URLs. And of course, a client developer who may want to know the details of actually how to connect and use the API, they can view this same API completely differently. And here we're using Redoc to render the interface. And you can see all the bits and pieces here that relate to the various methods. Now, that's all about the Party API, which is one part of the Lifecycle API product. The Lifecycle API product, however, only uses three parts of that, along with other methods from elsewhere. So if I now look at that same developer documentation from the Lifecycle API product perspective, I only get the relevant information. Ignite has combined all the different APIs and trimmed out all the parts which are not necessary for the API product. And that basically means that you get one convenient place rather than having several different documents to view. And this aggregated and trimmed view can be applied to any of the targeted views, allowing relevant business detail to be simply presented to anyone, whether they're technical or business focused, whatever their role. Thank you for your time. I hope this has provided a little more detail and answered some of your questions. Please either book a demonstration or explore some of the other Going Deeper videos. Thank you very much.